Well, good morning, church. I'm Pastor Dave, and welcome to the musing for the 29th of December. Last Monday, I spoke about glorifying God with all of our being, not just our behavior. And then I kind of got sidetracked into talking about grace. Well, I want to go back and catch a couple of things regarding those different aspects of who we are. Our bodies, our emotions, our thoughts, our spirit. And I want to start with something that Christ Jesus taught in the Sermon on the Mount. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapters 5 through 7, Jesus speaks of many things. And in one section, he organizes his teachings around a particular phrase. That phrase is, "You have heard that it was said." And that was his lead-in to speaking about a new way of looking at who it is that we are called to be. He would use that phrase, "You have heard that it was said," and follow that by citing the Torah, which is what we now call the first 5 books of the Bible, containing, among other things, the law of Moses. For example, in verse 21 of the 5th chapter, Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said to our ancestors, 'Do not murder, and whoever murders will be subject to judgment.' But I tell you, everyone who is angry with his brother will be subject to judgment." Now, Jesus is saying that the law, which is designed to regulate our behavior by putting limits on what we can and cannot do, doesn't quite go far enough. It isn't incorrect, but it is not quite complete. And in this passage, he seems to imply that wanting to kill someone is as bad as actually killing someone. Well, obviously that isn't what he means at all. It is better to only want to kill someone and not go through with it than it is to commit a murder. But Jesus' point is that getting to a state in which you want to kill, the emotions and thoughts that go with that causes the same kind of internal spiritual damage to our souls as the act itself does. The desire to harm someone, the hatred that you feel, these break our spirits. These impulses, even if they're never acted upon, move us away from our Creator. They fill us with guilt and shame and build a wall between ourselves and our holy God. Every evil deed begins as an evil feeling, which grows into an evil thought, which gives birth to an evil act. And Jesus is pointing out that a lot of the damage done to our spirits, the damage done to our relationship with God, will occur in these early stages. Yes, murdering your neighbor is a terrible thing, and it mars your spirit. But so does wanting to murder, hating enough to want to murder. That damage might not show as much on the outside, but it is real, and God sees it and judges it. Jesus proceeds to make the same clarification about adultery and oath-breaking and hating our enemies. In each case, he extends the law to cover the thoughts and the motives that go into such behavior. Friends, God sees the heart. God judges the heart. Therefore, guard your heart. Take every thought captive. God bless you all.